Good afternoon, class. In today's class, we will discuss some examples, Verilog HTTP program examples. So before we will go for the discussion of that, first we will download some student edition of software to execute this hardware description language programs. Okay. So Add2 HDL. Okay. We are going to download Add2 HDL. So we have to download the Add2 HDL student version. This is the official site. We are giving you the Active Student Edition includes load and load license. This means student can begin using it immediately after the install. Okay, so it will download. So you give your mail ID, your name. Okay, this total thing. Give. Even now only I'm downloading. I'm downloading now only. Either I pass the contestant. మీకు స్క్రీన్ షేరింగ్ ఆగిపోయింది కదా. So we can download student version of any of the software to run our Android C language programs. Okay. You can also go with the Ultra Quartus 2 tool. Ultra Quartus 2 tool. You can download and you can try on it. Okay. If not, you can also get the student versions of Active HDL or else any others. If you have the organization mail ID, you can directly download the links also. Okay. So first we'll see some of the examples. Okay. So here you can see the example for an half adder. In the previous classes, we have seen directly for the 4-bit comparators, right? Now we will see for the half adder. So first we are giving a name as HA for our module. Okay, that is module HA. Sum and carry. We are indicating the sum with S and carry with CA. And A and B are the two inputs. Okay, that are the arguments what we are writing in our brackets of the first line there. Next, we are directly mentioning what are the inputs and what are the outputs. Okay, input A comma B, output S comma CA. Now, so for half adder we require XOR gate to get the sum and AND gate to get the carry, right? So for that purpose we are using this. Okay, XOR gate we are using. We are getting the output A and B. Between A and B we will have XOR gate operation and we get an output and it is stored in the S, that is sum. Okay, after that between A and B then an operation will be performed and it is going to store in the CA carry, that is AND module. That is half adder is very simple, right? Half adder is very simple. Simply we are using two types of gates. The two are primitive gates only, XOR and AND gate. Okay, for this if you write the test bench, so generally we used to write module, okay, TST-HA, test bench for half adder. Okay, so if we can write the arguments what are present here, or else we can't, we is not necessary for write anything. We don't write anything, no problem. So since we are using inputs A and B, we are assigning a register for A and B. Since here outputs are sum and carry S comma CA, we are writing S comma CA as wires here. Now for instantiation of half adder, I am calling the half adder here with a local name HH. And what are the arguments what I have used for the half adder HA, I have tried here, right? I am just calling my half adder HA. I am instantiating it. Okay. So in the initial stage, initial begin A0 and B0, we are giving the inputs, keeping the inputs A and B as 0 and 0. And then we are ending it. Then we write always statement begin. After 2 units of time, we are making the value of A as 1 and B as 0. That means before that, what are the values of A and B? Okay. Okay. So after that means initially our values of A and B are 0 and 0. Now after 2 seconds, 2 units of time, we are making the value of A as 1 and B as 0. So this value will be there for 2 more units of time. After 2 units of time, we are making the value of A as 0 and B as 1. These values will be there for 2 units of time. So that is what we have mentioned here. After 2 units of time, A1 and B1, we are making again here. We are making A value 1 and B value 1. And this value will be there for 2 more units. And now we are making A0 and B0 and we are ending. That means we are verifying for the binary values, right? That means either we are giving A and B only either 0 or 1. If possible, we can also give X and also Z, but we are verifying only for 0 and 1. So the possible input values we have described there as inputs. Okay. So we are ending this begin here. So from the initial onwards, we have to monitor with respect to the time. The values of A and B are the binaries, which and out and carry are also a binary, which is going to produce. Okay. So instead of C, so instead of writing as sum as S and carry as CA, here we are generally mentioning like this: out carry and out sum, which are also a. That means we are printing the values of A, B, and out carry and sum, out sum. So actually their names are A, B, and C, A, and S. Okay. For the value of CA, we are printing it as out carry. For the value of S, we are printing as out sum. Okay. And this type of execution has to be done for about 24 units of time. And then we have to stop the simulation and we will end the module. Okay. So you see the simulation. Okay. At 0th second of time, A0, B0, and we are getting here out carry. Why we are writing out carry here? We are asking it to print as out carry for CA and for some out sum. Okay, we are asking it to print like that, so it is printing like that only. Okay, so we are asked to stop after 24 seconds of time. After 22, it will be there for that value will be there only for 2 more seconds. So it is up to 24. I will repeat once again, just you will see this. We are willing to see the program of half adder. The main program is only 5 lines. Okay, but we have test bench also. Test bench program. We have to see that only. That also, right? So we are taking a module as module and I'm giving a name for this module as HA, and I am mentioning the sums and carries and the inputs A and B. I'm mentioning that downward here also. Input A comma B, output S comma CA. So we know that for half adder we require one XOR gate and one AND gate. To get the sum we require the XOR gate, and to get the carry we require the AND gate. So the same thing we are writing. This XOR gate and AND gate are the primitive gates, right? Basic primitive gates. So straight away we write those statements. So XOR S comma A comma B. AND of CA comma B. A comma B is the input, and after performing AND gate operation, it is going to give the value to the CA. The similar pattern here also. A and B are the inputs, and it is going to produce some output with respect to the XOR gate that is stored in the S. So here this is the test bench what we are willing to write. Instead of giving the input manually for A and B, we are writing a test bench program there. Okay. So where we use the inputs, we used to give it as a register C comma B. Okay. So this is the module, right? I'm just mentioning the name of the test bench module as TSTHA. Okay. Here I'm not going to give any arguments inside it. I'm mentioning here register A comma B. Okay. Next, I want outputs as S comma C. I have to mention it as while. I am instantiating the half adder with the local name as HH, and you have to mention what are the variables, sums, carries, A comma B's indication here also. That is what we have mentioned here. Okay. Now in the initial stage, first before we begin totally, initially we want to make the values of inputs A and B as zeros, and then we are closing at that point. We are beginning here and we are closing it. And for every next for always, we are beginning it, and after 2.2 units of time, we are making A value 1 and B value 0. And after 2 units of time, we are making A value as 0 and B value as 1. After 2 units of time, we are making A1 and B1. After 2 units of time, we are making A0 and B0. And we are ending this always statement. Okay. Next, what we have to do? We have to monitor. We have to observe the changes done on the inputs and the outputs, and we have to print those. For that, we use this initial monitor statement. So monitor with respect to the time, with respect to the time, whatever we are using, changes. There will be some changes with respect to the time for the AGs and some kind of outputs. Okay. So we want to print the A value as A and B value as B, but we want to print the CA, that is a carry output. So I want to write as put carry, and I want to produce an output as sum, which I want to mention it as out sum. Okay. The same thing I have to written here, like I'm writing here, like that, and from initial onwards, just with respect to the time, it means you have to execute you are mentioning your simulation time around 24 unit seconds, and then we have to stop the simulation and we have to end the module. Okay. So with respect to the simulation timing, the values of inputs are changed and respectively corresponding outputs are produced. And initially it is A0 and B0, automatically sum and carry. Both will be 0. This is the sum and this is the carry. So after 2 units of time, after 2 units of time, A is made 1 and B is made 0. And output sum is 1 and carry is made 0. This is the total simulation. And if you can see the synthesis of that particular gate what we have done so far. So we are using an AND gate to produce the carry CA, and we are using an XOR gate to produce the sum of yes there. Right. Next, we can go with the full adder also. So full adder means we require 3 inputs such as A comma B comma C in, and we have 2 outputs sum comma C out. So the same thing we are mentioning here that I am giving the name for my full adder is FA, and my inputs are A comma B and C in. Right. Using this well and good so far. Okay, A comma B comma C. That are the inputs. Outputs are sum comma C out. Okay. Next, we require some wire signals. Wire means here just like the signals in our program what we have used in VHDL, which are the temporary signals. Okay. Here we are using S comma C1 comma C2. Mostly here we are writing the program with respect to using usage of two half adders. Okay. By using two half adders, we are trying to produce a full adder. Okay. So half adder. First I am calling the half adder. I'm instantiating the half adder with the name of HA1. HA1. So I have A and B as my sum. On this A and B, it is going to produce a sum of S and carry of C1. Okay. What this is? This is a temporary variable, right? S is a temporary variable. And for the half adder 2, whatever I am getting the input, so whatever the output what I got here as sum, that means S, I am giving it as an input. And another input is C in. So to this, we are going to produce the output of the final output and a temporary carrier C2. Okay, temporary carrier C2. So we got two carries C1 and C2, which are represented with the wire. So the two carries has to be given to the OR gate to find out the final carry. That is, which is nothing but C out. So we are running the module. Just we can see here. So this you see here A and B are the inputs, and this is half adder 1. This is the half adder 2. The C in is directly given here, and the sum what I get from the first half adder is given as an input to this second half adder. So it is going to produce the sum and carry once again, but this sum is the external sum, that is the output. Okay, we are calling as primary inputs, and these are the final outputs. This is the sum what we get here is the final sum, and we get a carry here. We get a carry at the first gate level, and we also get one more carry that both has to be given to us to an OR gate. Okay, and finally it is going to produce an C out. Okay, it is finally going to produce a C out there. So for this, we are willing to write the program, and we already wrote here. Now we have to write the test bench for it. So we write as module tst underscore fta. Okay, we are using now. What are the inputs? We have A comma B comma C in are the inputs. So I'm mentioning it as REG registers. Right. Now for instantiation purpose, we are calling this full adder FA. It's the local name as FF. And what are the outputs and inputs? We are writing in the same order. Sum C output comma A comma B comma C. Okay, in the initial stage, we will be writing initial begin A0, B0, C in as 0, and we are going to end that particular initial first. Then for always, now we want to begin here. So we can keep the inputs, we can give the inputs in any of the order as we like. Okay, so here already A0, B0, and C0. It is running for 2 units of time. A0, B0, C0 is running for 2 units of time. After that, we want to make A1, A as 1 and B as 1 and C in as 0. Okay, next I am making as A1 as A as 1 and B as 0 on C in as 1. So this is the thing. we can write, so we can write up to here, and we can also write this one under that, but it's not a problem for us. If we write the side by side also, this one is going to separate. We are using semicolon, right? This one, it is going to execute up to here, and it is going to terminate there, and then after that we want it will be executing this. Okay, we want to verify for all the combinations. So how many combinations we can write? The three inputs. So starting from 000 to 111. Okay, 000 to 111. Okay, it is not necessary for us to write everything in the order, but we can, for our convenience, we can write. Okay, it is in the given format like this. Okay. Next, that means we are defining the values of a at particular point of time. What is the value of A and B and C? Okay, and now we are ending that particular instantiation, that the installation of A's and B's and C values, C values. Now we want to monitor with respect to the time, and we want to print the value of A as a binary value and B as binary and C also binary. And out sum, instead of writing SUM, we are writing as out sum. It is also a binary one. And C out as out carry, it is also a binary one. So these are the initial lines what we have used in our program right now. For printing purpose, we are using sum out and out carry. And this thing will be executed for 30 units of time, and later it is going to stop the simulation, and we are ending the module. Right. This is the output, simulated output for that. Okay. At the initial stage, A0, B0, C0, and output sum is 0, output carry 0. After 2 units of time, A is 1, B is 1, and C is 0. This order is as we have written here in this part. The values of A, B, and C in will be the same order with a gap of 2 seconds, 2 seconds, right? So this is the version program, and this is the synthesizable program. In the synthesis program, what we will be seeing? We will be seeing how many number of XOR gates are present, and how many AND gates are present, and how they are connected to one another, and what are our final outputs, sum and C out, and these are the initial inputs. Okay. So we also have this mux. A 4 by 1 mux is there. So this is the synthesized output of the 4 by 1 mux. Okay. So this is 4 by 1 mux. So we will be having 2 selection lines, right? So selection lines are nothing but yes. Y is the output. Y is the output means 4 by 1 mux means we will be having only one output, and I is an input, general inputs, and S is the selection line inputs. So this is 4 by 1 mux. So we will be having 4 bits, that is 3 down to 0 as inputs, these input values, and some input as yes, okay, selection lines. Selection lines are only 2 bit, right? 1 down to 0 means 1, and 0 is 2 bit, and output is Y. So we write, we require some temporary signals also here. 2 bit SS. Okay, that means it's a signal with respect to the selection lines, 1 down to 0, and also the final outputs. Before storing the values, we require some temporary storage of the outputs, intermediate outputs. Okay, which we can also use as inputs. So that for that we are writing wire 3 down to 0. Okay, so we have what is this? S of 0? S of 0 is the initial. This is the input, right? We are negating it. Okay, and negating the S of 0 value to SS of 0. So S of 1 to SS of 1. Okay, next we are writing the inputs. So we are writing the for AND gate we will write 3. Then SS of 1 and SS of 0 on I of 1. This is the output. Output followed by the inputs. Okay, based on the selection line. That means what we want to say here is we are making the SS as 0 1. For 0 1, it has to produce an output of I of 0 value has to go to Y of 0. Okay, for selection line of 0 1, I of 1 value has to go to Y of 1. For selection line combination of 0 1, so you have to be careful here. 1 1 0 1. Again, it will not be 0. Sorry, this is SS of 0 and SS1 of SS of 0 and this is SS of 1. This is S of 0 and SS of 1. This is SS of 0 and this is S of 1. This is S of 0 and S of 1. Okay. So we can have for an OR gate, we can have multiple number of inputs and we can produce a single output Y. Okay, it is going to end the module there. You can clearly understand with the help of the figure what you can see here. So I'm having selection line is 1 down to 0 and I 3 down to 0. The same thing we are giving here for the different combinations of inputs, and finally we are going to get the output as Y. So we have the test bench for it. This 4x1 mux. So since we have used the inputs as now we are using the registers for the inputs 3 down to 0 as for I, and also register 1 down to 0 as S, and we are calling the mux with mux 4x1. Temporal name is here what we are using is mm, and y comma I comma s, y comma I comma s, right? Then in the initial stage we are making the values of I comma s as I values as all zeros and selection line values as 0 0. So what is this? What is this? This is concatenation symbol. Do you remember? I can use I comma s within this type of bracket is concatenating. Okay. So I is 4 bits, S is 2 bits. Total it is 6 bits. Okay. We have a concept called when we want to write a number, we can also use this underscore symbol, but it doesn't mean anything. But here what I want to mean is that 4 digits belong to I, and when it is concatenated with S, 6 bits are added there. Other 2 bits are added and becoming total becoming the 6 bits. For that at that particular point of time, it has to produce like that. What does it mean? At this point of time, after 2 units of time, this is I of 3, I of 2, I of 1, I of 0. Okay, this value is S of 1, this is S of 0. So after 2 units of time, the value I should be, this is I of 3, I of 2, I of 1, and I of 0 will be 1, and this 2, that is S of 1 and S of 0 is 0 0. That means we are directly by concatenating this, we are directly making at that particular point of time corresponding bit values as ones and zeros. Okay, then we are ending the initial and we are mentioning monitor those with respect to the time and print the input as input s, which is a binary, and y also has a binary, which is an output. Selection lines and inputs, right? Selection lines and inputs. So this input s, the input s is this thing, output should be this thing. Okay. Initially the selection line is 0 0, output is 0. The selection line is 0 0. Next output is also y is also 1. Okay. So what does it mean? So that means I am giving an input I as 1. Do you get now? What are the input I give? That same thing it has to come with respect to the position. What I am giving, right? So in the next class we'll see this trimax. Okay. We will see some more examples with it. Okay.